Alright, what's going on, guys? I'm back again with our video today. And the irony that is storming outside, I find that kind of ironic, considering the video I'm going to be doing here. Now, I've been meaning to do this video. I mean, this happened like 20 days ago, this supposed video that happened that this guy recorded. So this guy named Glendon Cameron, this guy, pretty much before I get into the actual video itself, this man, this grown man, oh, I got a message from both Facebook and YouTube. What's up? What's going on, guys? This grown-ass man defended R. Kelly pretty much, and pretty much tried to justify what he did and what he did, basically. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna screen share for you guys the video itself. But yeah, let's just get into this because this is pretty sad. First of all, before we get into this, how the fuck are you going to self-admit to pedophilia? It makes no fucking sense, but alright, so it should be good. Alright. So here's the video. So hopefully this doesn't lag. So let me put this on full screen. Just let everything, just to see here. Alright, should be good. Alright. So let's go ahead and play this foolishness right here. Alright, let me...
And once...
Alright.
Self-reflection.
See if you guys can hear the audio before I get any further with this. Alright.
What's going on, gentlemen? Tonight is a moment for self-reflection.
Oh boy.
Matter of fact, let's shed a little light on this subject.
Shed a little light.
I could have been a predator.
He just starts off, I could have been a predator. Yeah, guys, this... Just to let you guys know ahead of time, this is going to be very cringy. There's a lot of fucked up shit that this dude says. It's a little low. Okay, you know what? That's weird. It's a little low. Alright. Yeah, I was going to screen share to... You guys know what he looks like anyway, so... I guess I could just... Give one moment and just find the video itself so you guys can hear clearly. Alright. Alright, here we go.
What's going on, gentlemen? Tonight is a moment for self-reflection. Matter of fact, let's shed a little light on this subject. I could have been a predator. And I am a little sympathetic to R. Kelly. I know that sounds really, really crazy.
It's strange as hell.
I guess I need to start with what I've done. When I was doing my Craigslist protocols hot and heavy, I would get a ton of high school girls answering my ads. And typically, I ignored them.
As you should.
Because even though I have a similar appetite to R. Kelly, I like young women, but I don't like children. But this is how a child tricked me. Typically, they would be young. There would be lots of signs that this girl was very, very young. And I would just ignore them. Then this one girl, she answered the ad. We started to talk, and she was an exceptionally mature 17-year-old. Let me say this again. This chick was 17.
Exceptionally mature 17-year-old. Regardless of how mature she is, no matter what age she is, she's still 17. Like, dude, makes no sense.
Her conversation was different. She actually was a hairdresser, and she answered my ad, and I fucked her. And oh my God, she had these amazingly firm double D titties. That should have been my clue, because when she would lay on her back, they would stand up, and they were not fake titties. That should have been my clue.
Or you could have just asked for ID. You know, it's. Oh man, I forgot to turn the. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was like, I screen shared the audio. Okay. Okay, give me 1 second then. Okay, where was I?
But
all right. Thanks a lot, man. Nah. All right, let me screen share the audio again. Oh, Danielle, yeah, it gets worse from here. It gets worse from here. But let's see where I was. All right.
that should have been my clue. But, I was caught up in the delay.
All right.
And so I call her up and I ask her, because, she told me she was 21. That's what she told me. And I was like, serious question.
Okay, let me go back a little bit, because I skipped a few stuff.
On my chicks, just out of curiosity, pussy, and she did everything I wanted her to do.
All right.
Then one of the things that I would do is I would do social media search on all my chicks, just out of curiosity.
So in other words, you didn't go and find this chick, or find any more information before you fucked her. Instead you wait until after you fucked her to find information. Yeah, it makes okay. A girl looking extremely young, right? He says extremely young. What I would have done is find out, some identification, like what her actual age is, because I'm not gonna go and jump right to it right away. And what gets me even more is this was 20 years ago. He's 50 something now, but this was 20 years ago, so he was about 30 something. So you should have known ahead of time, if you're gonna go for somebody younger, to actually get the age of this girl. But he's saying here, she tricked me and yada yada yada. But let's just see how hypocritical he is, later on with this video, because it just gets worse from here. And this whole thing of being tricked, I mean, it doesn't really matter because of what else happens. So anyways, let's continue.
So I'm like doing my social media search, and I find her Facebook page, and I see her with her high school friends. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So I call her up and I ask her, because, she told me she was 21. That's what she told me. And I was like, serious question. And at this time, I had fucked this chick 10, 15 times.
Oh, jeez.
And you cannot unfuck a chick. You can't unfuck her.
No shit.
And I was like, I need you to tell me something. How old are you? And then she got very silent, and she said, I'll be 18 in 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Then she also said the age of consent in Georgia is 16, so you're good. And I'm like, so she comes over and we have
Doesn't
this
matter.
conversation because she was everything that I liked. I like women who 5'3". She was 5'2". She had huge titties, little waist, fat ass, pretty toes. She was my prototype.
He's literally describing, and there's nothing wrong with that if it was an actual grown woman, right? You're literally describing a 17-year-old. And how, if this was any other normal man, right? Once you find out how old she is, you're done. You're gone. There's no conversation to be made. There's nothing. There's nothing. That's it. I'm done with you. But then he says, "Oh, I brought her to my home to have a conversation." There's no conversation to be had. There's no conversation to be had. It's over. It's over. You're 17. You're too young for me. It's over. You're not, well, not too young for me, but you're not at that age yet. Okay, so I'm done with you.
Even though she was
Oh, it gets worse, New Japan girl. It gets way worse from here.
extremely young. And you know what I kept doing? I kept fucking her.
Like, spoke too soon.
I kept fucking her because I was like, at this point, I fucked her 15 times.
Oh yeah, let's just keep doing it. She's 17, but you know what? Let me keep doing it. But wait a minute. I thought you don't like children, but you continued to do this child that you found out was 17. So it's over. Now, yeah, I kept doing it. I mean, I already did the job. I already did her 15 times. Let me do her another 15 times. Like what the fuck?
And it was just like, the crime was done. So I just kept fucking her from
Yeah,
she was
fuck it.
17 to 22.
For 5
And
years.
R. Kelly and I are similar, but we're very different.
Not really.
Because I have safeguards. I know when
Clearly
I'm
you
getting
don't.
out of control.
Really?
I know when I'm getting out of control.
So, oh yeah, I know where I'm getting out of control. So continuing to do a 17-year-old for 5 years, that's not out of control in and of itself. That's not out of control in and of itself. Like this motherfucker.
And I kind of ran analysis on this. And she was older. Her parents weren't breathing down her neck. And this is how a lot of young girls end up with older dudes. Their parents are not heavily involved in their lives, where they have the time and the freedom to get away with this stuff. And her
To
parents
get away with it.
didn't check her. She'd go out, she'd spend the night out. Her parents were like, she came home alive, cool. Her parents were not on her. So I didn't have to worry about catching a charge from the parents.
So basically you took advantage of the fact that she doesn't have parents to look out for her, especially the father. Um but yeah, as you see, he knew that the parents weren't around, or she came from a broken family. So let me take advantage of that by keep on doing her for another 5 more years because their parents are around. Like, fucking sick.
My thing from 17 to 22, I fucked this chick for 5 years. And
There's no way.
I ain't ashamed at it at all.
I'm sure you're not.
Willing. She wanted it. And
so I gave it to her. Like, what? No shame. But remember, guys, he doesn't like children, though. Remember, he doesn't like children.
Here we come to R. Kelly. R. Kelly is being portrayed as a predator.
He is a predator. Fuck you talking about?
Did he hold a gun to these women's heads?
No, he trapped her in fucking dungeons and like, come on, man. Are you kidding me? Going through high school to to find these girls. Like, you really don't know shit. So what you're saying is R. Kelly's in the right because, oh, this girl knew what she was doing. So R. Kelly is not a predator because he still went along with it. He still did these underage girls. No matter if they wanted it or not, he's still doing it as a grown ass man. So he shouldn't like you're holding these girls accountable. And once we get to the other stuff that he talks about, trust me guys, it gets worse from here. It gets worse from here with this guy. You're basically putting shame on the girls instead of R. Kelly, a grown ass man.
Ago, back before the internet, I saw the R. Kelly tape. If you remember,
of course you did.
There was a
Of course you
VHS
did.
tape that was sold around in barbershops, and it was him. It was him. He was peeing on this girl. He was having sex with her. It was 100% him.
Yeah, he a grown ass man. He did that on that fucking tape. But he's not a predator. Okay.
And this is where R. Kelly went wrong.
The whole thing.
R. Kelly was a good-looking man. R. Kelly had fame. R. Kelly was rich, and he was reckless. See, he has that appetite. And I'm going to try to explain this appetite to you guys who don't have this appetite. Because the normal man doesn't have this appetite.
Well, I'm glad to know you validated that you're not normal. I'm glad you did that at least, right? Yeah, right. A normal man doesn't a grown ass man doesn't go and search. First of all, doesn't make a Craigslist to find these women. You go on Craigslist, but yeah, a normal man doesn't go around seeking for underage girls. Like you're right about that.
But there is something special about fucking a young girl who's doesn't have a lot of miles on her.
What the fuck?
She doesn't have a lot of experience. I remember this chick, she was 22, and she did not have a lot of sexual experience when we started messing around. And I pulled out my dick, and she was like, "You think that's going to fit?" So I knew that this girl had not had a lot of sexual experience. And there is something special about fucking a chick who doesn't have a lot of sexual experience.
Sure, a grown woman.
It's fun. It's all brand new.
Yeah, a grown ass woman that's never had that much, but not a fucking little girl.
If you've got that type of appetite, it can be insatiable. Like R. Kelly.
But remember, he doesn't go after children though. He doesn't go after young girls. He doesn't do that.
Had the baddest adult chicks he wanted.
Okay, let me go back a little bit. I'm talking over him a little bit.
He could have had the baddest adult, insatiable.
Okay.
Like R. Kelly could have had the baddest adult chicks he wanted. But R. Kelly had that appetite. And this appetite has been the downfall of many, many men.
No shit.
Because,
it's legal.
I'm not judging because I'm in a part of the kinky community. But R. Kelly,
what difference does it make?
Allowed his appetite to literally wreck his life. Because
of course,
once you get into orchestrating a trafficking syndicate, what does this mean? R. Kelly was having other people find and vet girls for him. And that's when it got out of control. This is the reason that I never got
what
caught,
she did.
I never brought anyone else into my circus, so to speak.
So that makes it better.
When I was doing it, was just me and the girls. Never ever brought anyone else in the circus.
So that justifies it.
But here's my problem. He's being portrayed as a predator, right?
He is a predator.
Here's the thing. Remember when I started this video and I told you I had all these high school girls answering my Craigslist ads?
How could we forget?
Did I have a gun to their head? Did I?
No, but you still did the girl. You found out she was 17 and you continued to do it. So in other words, you're justifying yourself. You're saying, oh yeah, they went along with it, but it doesn't. Okay, let's say that's the case. That doesn't change the fact that you still did it, and especially the next story that you tell. It doesn't change the fact that you, as a grown man, decided to do that.
Asked them to reply to my ads. They
You
were
made
searching this out.
you made it. You made the list.
So this is why I have a problem with the predator label, because they were willing participants in the dynamic.
No,
I can tell you.
no.
I remember this one girl who answered my ad, and she was 15 years old.
Oh, jeez, another 15 years
underage.
old.
We were talking and stuff, and I knew I was never going to meet this chick. I just talked to her, and she sent me dirty pictures. She was running 100 miles an hour in that direction, and I'm quite sure that she hooked up with some older man. You hear of girls who are 15, 16, 17-year-old hooking up with 30, 40-year-old men.
Okay, and it doesn't make that right for these girls to do that, but at the same time, you're old enough and responsible enough, or you should be as a grown man, not to take the bait, like not to actually do these girls. You as a grown man decide to either ignore them, don't answer them, or actually do what you actually did, which was actually do these girls.
You know how common that is? Let me tell you something that happened. And
not very common, but okay.
It's kind of out there. I was running my ads, and I had this woman who was a mother, and she was like, "Are you a black bull?" And I was just like, "Yes, I am."
What kind of grown woman asked
I
that?
I have 2 daughters, and I want to properly train them. I want you, and in the future, we may actually breed them. See, if you guys don't know, there's a whole the sexual underground. Shout out to Ron Wills. There's a whole sexual underground of white women who love having sex with black dudes, and
Well, how
they
does that
really
matter?
love having sex with black dudes with big dicks.
Yeah, grown white women, into black dudes with big dicks, not girls. Like what is a grown woman or a white grown woman's sexual preference have to do with what you're doing?
And once again, you will see. So she and I was sitting there like, this can't be real. So she sends
But you
me
still did it.
photos of her daughters who are 16 and 17.
2 minors.
And they're pretty frisky looking. So I play along. So I go to her house, and the mom was hot. And I have a conversation with her, and I was like, "So what do you want to do?" And she says, "It is the white woman's place to be the sexual fuck toy of the black man."
How he's very descriptive. Like, what kind of grown ass woman goes into goes into that type of conversation with some stranger that she just met? It's I don't, and especially when it comes to having children. Like, come on now.
And I was like, "Really?" And she said, "Yes."
Really?
And you know what I told this woman? She was about 40-ish, 45, 46. blonde, green-eyed, nice rack on her. And I said, bitch, get on your knees. And you know what she did? She got on her knees.
Joe Ugly.
And I took my dick out and I fucked her throat. And I was like, now this is what's funny. Her daughters were in the room.
Fucked up.
Let me say that again. Her daughters were in the room.
You see how happy he is? Like, oh, I like how he says it as if we're supposed to be like amazed by it. Like we're not amazed. That's fucked up. That's fucked up for you getting a blowjob from a mother with her kids watching. That's not amazing at all. That's not amusing to me at all. It's fucking disgusting. But okay.
So I fucked her throat.
Exactly.
And I told her to stand up and then strip butt naked. And then I fucked her on the sofa. And her daughters were on the sofa watching the whole thing. And she was like, this is how you take that big black dick, girls. This is how you do it.
Oh, please.
And I'm just sitting there like, is this fucking real?
Yeah, is this real that I'm actually doing this? Like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I letting a grown woman? Why am I fucking a woman in front of her kids? Why am I doing that?
So I'm fucking the mom. Then the mom's like, come over here. And she calls her girls' names. And then she's like, get on your knees. And then she put my dick in her daughter's mouth.
Grown-ass man has a woman telling the daughter to give this random stranger, this grown man, a blowjob. First of all, and Dark Horse, you brought up in the chat that you don't believe the story. It can't be. But if this is the case, and it gets and he actually justifies this too later on, throughout this video. Dude, the fact that there's 14 minutes left of this is beyond me. It's really beyond me. But yes, you heard it. The mother told her daughter to come here and give this grown man a blowjob.
I mean, I almost nutted. It was like, because if you're kinky, this is like the epitome. This is the high level of kinkiness.
The epitome is you fucking underage girls. That's the epitome to you. That's the height of kinkiness to you. Fuck that.
And then she had the other daughter come over and suck my dick. And
two minors.
Essentially, I was fucking all three of them for about 5 or 6 years.
There is no way in hell. There is no way you fucked the mother and the daughters for 5 straight years. There's no way in hell you did that. There is absolutely no way in hell you did all 3 of them in 5 years for 5 years. Hell no. Hell no. There's no way you did that. Hell no. And if this is the case, and if it is the case, you and the mother should be locked up. You and the mother should be locked up for putting those kids into that type of trauma. And if it actually was for a 5-year period, the fact that they got away with this for 5 years, oh boy, this. I told you guys in the chat, man, like this was gonna be some crazy shit. That this guy was gonna say some crazy shit. The fact that shit like this, like, yeah,
I would go over, I would have the mom, and I would have them greet me butt ass naked.
I have a hard time believing that.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. When people say predator, I'm like, I'm trying to give you guys the other side of the dynamic. I'm trying to give you the other side of what's out there.
So giving the other side of that, it also, is you actually doing the crime, is actually you actually doing them. Now, if you said the mother wanted you to do all that stuff and you didn't do it, that would be, that would be whatever. But the fact that you went and did it, if this story is true, you actually did it. Oh, I'm just trying to show you guys the other side of the dynamic with this. So that means you doing that too? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And I personally don't think these girls were victims.
They're minors. They're minors. They're not at that age. They're not mature enough to truly if they actually went along. But the thing is, it's not like that 17-year-old that just went in and did you. A grown woman had her daughters do what they did with you. It was the mother. The mother was not the victim. You were not the victim. Okay, let's say the girls, right? If this story is true, let's say the girls didn't do what the mother wanted them to do. What if the mother allowed you, to just? I mean, it's rape. That this in itself is rape. This in itself is rape. But what if they said no? Who's to say the mother would have done way worse? Who's to say the mother would have done way worse if they said no? It's the fact that you're gonna say that they're not victims. Wait, you're gonna say they're not victims, but yet you and R. Kelly are not predators. How does that make any sense? They're not they're not the victims, but you're not a predator. Huh?
I don't think these girls were. I don't think R. Kelly's a predator. He has
Yes, he
an
is.
appetite.
No. No, 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 no. He's a predator. You're a predator. Oops.
And I feel that he allowed his appetite to get in the way of his life. So
No
he's
shit.
guilty of having an appetite, but I don't think he's
He's guilty of being a fucked up piece of shit.
predator, because when you go out and you get a young girl and you ask her to have sex and she does it without a gun to her head, like this whole situation with the mom and the two daughters, I didn't have to do nothing except show up.
Exactly. Exactly. What you should have done. That's what you should have done, was do nothing. But, dumbass, you did the crime. You still did what the mother wanted you to do to those girls. The mother told you to give it to them. And you did it. So she's no better than you. You're no better than her. So what she did was messed up for telling you to do that, but you're not messed up. But you're not messed up. You're not a predator. Because, I mean, they wanted it. So, I mean, I just went and, but you went and did it. You went and did it. Come on, man.
with a hard dick. That's all I had to do was just show up. And they would service me.
Show
I
up with a
remember
hard
one
dick.
Sunday, I fucked all three of them. I fucked the mom, I fucked the daughters.
No way. Still
And the
no way.
youngest one was really, really fucking tight.
You see all the foot.
And her mom was like, yeah, we got to open up that pussy. And I mean, I was just sitting there fucking her. And her mom's like, that's it. Take that dick. Take that dick. And in the beginning,
This grown man is describing a young girl's pussy being tight. This grown man is describing a minor's pussy. What grown man does that other than a predator?
both of the girls were virgins.
That's a shame.
I took their virginity.
Wow.
And the young one, in the beginning, it used to hurt her. And she was
But again, remember, guys, he doesn't like little girl. He doesn't go after young girls. But you still did.
it hurts, Mom. It hurts. That's such a big dick. It hurts.
Pathetic.
And then after a few times and I loosened up that pussy, then she started getting into it. Then she turned,
No
to
way.
this day, this girl is a bona fide black cock slut freak.
Again, describing a younger. You're saying a young girl is that like you're describing. I guess he's talking about 20 years later, like she's with some other guy. Again, you're talking about a young girl, a minor.
Whoever she's fucking right now is very happy. Very, very happy.
Probably a better person than you are.
Once again, I don't believe R. Kelly's a predator.
How can you say that? How can you say all at one sentence? Oh, these girls they're not innocent. They're not the victims. Oh, I'm not a predator, and neither is R. Kelly. So you and R. Kelly are the good guys, but the women are the girls are they're not the victims. They're the bad ones in the situation, but you and R. Kelly aren't. Narcissists.
That got him in trouble because he could not control. Because here's the thing, and I forget the billionaire who was running the sexual trafficking. I forget his name. I could see him. He was a blonde white guy. He had that same appetite.
Weren't
now,
you guys?
Weren't you? That young girl, 17-year-old, the mom and her daughters, and that was, and there was a few more, but I did not look or hunt or subscribe to those young girls.
Yes, you do. You put an ad out for these girls to search you. You self-admitted searched this girl's information about her after you did her. And you're talking about like in this video he talks about stuff that you can get away with. Like he basically puts a blueprint to other predators out there. How to get certain girls. But remember, he's not a predator though. But he doesn't go after. You don't go after girls, but you went after girls. Like the fuck.
My perfect age range was like 24 to about 34. That was where I operated quite a bit.
Clearly not.
But I'm here to tell you that, especially with the billionaire, these girls would go out and recruit girls, and they were adults. They were 100% aware of what they're doing. Yeah. They were like, I am going to get this girl so she can have sex with this old billionaire. She knew there was no gun in her head.
Doesn't matter.
They were stuffing her palms with cash. How is she a victim? How is he a predator?
Because they're still going after these girls. Do you see this guy's logic? Oh, how are they victims? Because they still had sex with me, so technically, since they wanted it, they're not victims because they wanted it. Again, these are young girls that are not fully developed in the head to make responsible, that type of responsible, decision. These grown men, you just said adults. You just said adults going around searching these girls. So if they are the ones making the move, they are predators. They are predators. They're going around seeking for these girls, no matter if they wanted it or not. They're still seeking. They're still looking for these girls. How is she a victim? How is he a predator? Wow. Just wow.
And this is one of the things that, like, I could be considered a predator because I've had a lot of sex with a lot of women.
No.
I could be considered a womanizer because I like slinging the dick.
No, you're a predator. You go after girls. Again, you're comparing grown men who go after women, to have sex with different women. You're comparing a grown man who goes around and is basically a player going after pussy and all that. You're comparing grown men going after age of consent, going after actual grown woman. Oh yeah, I'm a predator because I go have sex with different women. No, that's not comparable to you going after young girls. Like, well, I love swinging the dick to minors.
So, guys, R. Kelly, he went too far. He brought it.
There it is. You just admitted it right there. He went too far. So how could he be innocent? How could he be innocent? Because he still did it.
People in. He had an organization. They probably got him for trafficking and all this other stuff. I never went nowhere near that level.
Really?
I never had anyone go out and find girls for me.
So that makes it better.
Never did that. I did all my own work.
This dude is bragging. Unlike R. Kelly, I didn't have to go around and have other grown men go around searching for this woman. I did it all on my own. How does that make you better? How does that make you any better? You're still being messed up. Oh, I did my own work. I found my own girls. There's no difference between you and R. Kelly. At all. There's no difference other than that you did your own work. Either way, you're both fucked up. You're both fucked up.
And this is one of the reasons I never got in trouble. I remember the mother and the two daughters. And one Saturday, I go over there, and the mother and the oldest one are out, and just the young one, right? So I'm talking to her and everything, and next thing you know, I take her titties out, start sucking on her titties and stuff. And
a minor again.
And this is the first time I fucked her and she came, and it blew her mind.
Oh, please.
It blew her mind. So I understand R. Kelly on a deeper level.
What?
And once again, did he commit these crimes?
Yeah.
I would say, yes, he had sex with young women.
Yes.
I would say these young women were complicit. They were willing because he was.
No, he still, but he still did them. He still went for it. He still went for it. So he's guilty too.
R. Kelly.
Doesn't matter.
I'm here to tell you guys.
Don't matter.
It is not that hard for an older man to get a very young girl.
No kidding.
It's not that hard at all. There are many girls out there who are looking for older men.
And that doesn't justify, but doesn't justify you either. On either side, it does not. It does not change the fact that you are taken advantage because of the age. They're not fully developed in the head. You're a grown man who knows from right and wrong. You know damn well what you did. You know damn well what you did. R. Kelly knew exactly what he did. You were both grown men. You're both grown men who knew exactly what they were doing.
Looking, searching, hunting for older men. And they're 14, 15, 16. And they have no problem taking the dick from a 25, 35, or even a 45-year-old man. None whatsoever. And
if there was any normal man that had a 14, 15-year-old checking on them, being a little too friendly to a grown ass man, usually the normal man would be like, no, you're too young for me. I want nothing to do with you like that. A normal man. But by your own admission, you're not normal. So
part of this is, if R. Kelly wasn't R. Kelly, I don't think none of this would have went down. I feel that R. Kelly pissed off the wrong person. I don't know what he did.
Yeah, the parents.
He pissed off the wrong person.
The parents.
And that launched this investigation. Because I saw this tape of R. Kelly pissing on this girl in 2000. It was like 2000.
It was fucked up then too. It was fucked up then too.
I saw this tape. It was him. It was him.
You already said that.
And he's had this appetite since Aaliyah. And I personally don't think there's anything wrong with older guys liking younger girls. Because at the time...
No, there's nothing wrong with grown men liking younger women. Age of consent. If they're, as long as there's nothing wrong with grown men liking younger women and vice versa. There's a lot wrong with grown men liking young girls. There's something very wrong with that.
Time he was with Aaliyah, I think he was 21 and she was 16. To me, that's not a really big difference.
No, well, first of all, it wasn't a 5-6 year difference. It was a 12-year difference. R. Kelly was 27. Aaliyah was 15. There's a huge difference there. A huge difference there. So no, it didn't make it right then. And even if it was 21 and 16, that's still messed up. When I was 21, I didn't think about getting with a 16-year-old. That's still messed up. But then again, this is a grown man. This was a grown man in his 30s. Going after 16-year-old and 17-year-olds. So it don't matter to him. Most definitely don't matter to him. But yeah, R. Kelly, no matter if it was 29, 15, somewhere around there. Somewhere around, 29, 20, 27, and she was 15. Aaliyah was 15. Yeah, either way, even if R. Kelly was 21 and Aaliyah was 16 or 15, whatever the case, that's still messed up either way, and it's still illegal either way.
But R. Kelly had that appetite. He had that appetite.
That doesn't make it right.
And that appetite can ruin you.
No
I
kidding.
have somewhat of an appetite, but I have limits. There's just certain things
No, you
I'm
don't.
not going to do. There's just certain boundaries I'm not going to cross. And essentially, I conducted my...
You already did when you go and do a mother. Now you did a 17-year-old. Didn't know you didn't know her actual age, but you still did it after knowing the age. And then you did a mother, and you did a 17-year-old for 5 years in your story, and you did a mother and their 2 daughters, underage daughters, for 5 years. That's pretty out of control to me. That's pretty out of control to me. Oh, I got limits. Bullshit.
My fuckery in the safe zone.
Oh yeah, dang it. Yeah, New Japan Girl. Yeah, 27-15. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, oops, my bad. All right.
I did stuff I knew I could get away with. I did not go out. Like there was this one girl, and she was super cute. And then I did my research on her and saw her pictures of her with her mom and dad, which means her parents were very much involved in her life. And that right there would have been the danger zone, because this is how it happens. She comes over, we fuck,
He
she goes home, her mom and dad press her. He's like, I fucked this old man. And next thing you know, mom and dad call the police. Police knocking at your door. That's how that goes down. So I never put myself in the crosshairs of the danger zone.
You see, and you see right what he's saying right here. He's basically saying, I found this girl, and basically she had parents that were heavily involved in her life. No fucked up parents, or in a broken home. He's basically telling people basically what you could get away with, what you can't get away with. So basically what he's saying is, as long as you go for girls that don't have parents in their life, or not, that are not heavily in their life, it's okay to do it because you won't get caught. But if it's girls who have strong parents that would do anything to protect their kids, that's a dangerous way to go. But remember, at the beginning of this video, this dude says, I don't go after, I don't like children. So you're gonna say you don't like children, but now you're talking about you're pretty much teaching predators what to get away with and what not to get away with. But you're not a predator. Like, unbelievable.
And it really wasn't, in comparison to the number of women, it wasn't a lot. But I can tell you,
sure was.
Young pussy can be fucking amazing.
If it's legal, if it's an actual woman, maybe nothing wrong with a 30-year-old, get it with a younger woman that's a few years younger, young pussy, not that fucking young.
When you stick your dick in some pussy they ain't never had a dick in it before, woo! It's so tight, it's so warm, it's so snug.
The fuck?
And I feel that the R. Kellys, and once again, this white billionaire, put his name in the comments because I know y'all gonna Google him. And
yeah, you're all fucked.
I feel that as a man, you have to know what you can get away with and what you can do and what you can't. And once again, I feel that R. Kelly pissed someone off.
But he's not a predator. He's literally telling people what to get away with and not to get away with. They're like basically giving a blueprint to predators of how to be predators. Like, come on.
Because if R. Kelly was just Robert, the truck driver, even if he did all of these things, he would have never went to jail. Never would have happened. Because he was R. Kelly. There was something he did. There's someone in power he pissed off.
The parents.
That's why, because the thing is, they went after him for years and years and years. They were after him like a dog on a bone.
Mm-hmm.
They were after him. And there was a reason they were after him. Because what R. Kelly did happens every damn day. Right now, there's some old dude fucking a teenager. Right now. Right now.
I'm sure there are. It's fucked up.
There is some old dude sliding the sausage up in some young pussy right now. This is how calm it is.
By the way, you see what he did with his hands. By the way, he's just like, there's some grown men give some young pussy, like well, he's fucking hands and shit. Like, that's predator hands.
It is a common thing, in America. And don't even talk about the rest of the world. The rest of the world, hands off, just let that go. But if I had allowed my appetite to get out of hand,
Stop saying appetite.
I
Like,
could have
come
been
on.
in trouble. And I consciously knew what I was doing.
Yeah, like you're not gonna get in trouble. Like people are gonna search your shit up and finally put you to jail. The fact that this is 20 days old at this point. From what I hear, like nothing is like truly happened. Except for obviously backlash from this. But I mean, from what I hear, I haven't heard anything about him being locked up or anything. I'm not, yeah. It's mostly been people doing, reaction videos to this dude like I'm doing right now. I apologize for that in the chat right now. I'm looking at you guys' comments from my phone, but yeah, this video is 20 days old, and from the looks of it, I don't think anything has even happened, which is a shame.
And I consciously, I got like this sixth sense, right?
Oh,
That
you
lets
got
me
6
know
cents,
when
alright.
something's not cool is about to happen.
Bullshit.
And there was just certain chicks who would answer, and they were tasty, they were beautiful. They would send me photos of their titties and their pussy and all this other stuff.
They were
And I was
young.
just like, nope, not that one.
Not that one.
That's the danger zone. That is the danger.
Yeah, not that one. Yeah, that one has very good parents. Has a father figure, a mother figure. Yeah, I ain't fuck with that. Let me find girls who don't have that, who are, don't have strong parents in their life. Yada yada yada. Glendon Cameron is the guy. DH.
Danger zone. That is the danger zone. That is the danger zone. And I never mess with those chicks. If a girl was young,
we done with others,
and she was halfway close to her parents, you could be looking at jail time, because
no shit.
what they're gonna do, like when they're with you, they're gonna fold, they're gonna take the dick, they're gonna do all this stuff. And when mom and dad start putting the heat on them, they're gonna fold like a cheap sheet. And
wow.
like, and this is what we did. And the next thing you know, mom and dad are calling 911 because some old man defiled their young daughter.
Why are you why are you saying it so sarcastically? Like, oh yeah, because how dare, like, shit.
Some old man put his mature penis up in her immature pussy. And we can't have that.
Yeah, you're mature, right? Yeah.
We can't have that. So you cannot be messing with girls who have intensive parental contact. You can't be messing with them. And I feel
you can't be messing with any. You can't be messing with any.
There are so many girls out here, like these pimps. These girls are looking for a daddy, and these pimps serve as a daddy figure. This is, like, I'm telling you.
Exactly. You take advantage of it.
Sometimes they'll get them hooked on drugs. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes a pimp just has to snap his fingers, and this girl will do whatever he wants her to do.
Yeah, you acknowledge the fact that, like, some of these girls, they don't have a father in their life. So let's take full advantage of it, And I mean, and that's messed up in itself. Like, certain girls, have to live that life without a father in their life. But even with that being the case, of these girls going after, going for these guys, they don't change the fact that you as a grown ass man, you still did those girls. It don't change the fact you still went and did them.
Because she's looking for daddy. She's looking for daddy. So it really depends upon who you are and how you look at this. But I personally don't think R. Kelly's a predator. I feel that he has a voracious appetite. He has a certain type.
How?
Illegal. It's underage.
It's illegal underage.
He allowed that appetite to literally ruin his life, because I guarantee you, R. Kelly knows who's after him. And Once he figured out that someone was after him, he should have hit the chill pill, but he didn't. He kept going, he kept going, he kept going, and they kept after him, and they kept after him, and now he's going to jail.
Yeah,
So
because what he did, because what he did was messed up. That's what happened. He went to jail because he was R. Kelly, all this stuff that you were saying on the video. No matter what, he still did something illegal. He still did something wrong. He still did it, and now he's paying the price for it. 20 years later, he's paying the price for it, and rightfully so, because he deserves it.
I could have been a predator.
You are
Same
one.
energy.
Same energy.
Same appetite.
Same appetite.
Except I'm a nobody.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I'm a nobody.
Oh yeah, you're right about that. But you're both. No matter how much celebrity status you have, if you're fucked up, you're fucked up. You could be a rich millionaire. You could be a sports athlete. You could be a music artist. You could still be gifted at a certain craft, but still be fucked up. It don't matter at the end of the day. R. Kelly, he was good at what he did, but he fucked up. It doesn't fucking matter what status you have. If you're messed up, you're messed up. I'm not gonna give you a pass because you're rich and you have millions and you worked your way to to getting those millions, no matter what you did. But if you're doing if you're doing stuff like this to where that you can get in trouble for, that's fucked. There's no way around it. That's fucked.
That's why I was able to do this stuff and get away with it, because I'm a nobody. But if I was an R. Kelly,
I'll get away with it.
Or this billionaire dude, or if I was someone like that, you best believe they would have been on my ass. How dare you?
Yeah, like they are, like they are right now, like they are, like again. What kind of grown man self-admits on a video? Supposedly, this was a live stream video that happened on this dude's channel. The video is no longer there. The guy who actually owns this video, because the video was flagged down. But this video, this is from a different channel that re-uploaded this. But yeah, a grown man self-admitting rape and pedophilia, like literally admitting this live on camera for the whole world to see. I guess he thinks he's invincible. I guess he saw what happened with EDP 445 and just thought, hey, fuck it, I'll admit to it, and that's gonna happen to me. These type of people in this world, this dude makes EDP look like a saint. Like it's this bad. Man.
How dare you be rich, famous, handsome, and be fucking young pussy? How dare you?
You see, like, oh yeah, how dare I, go after these girls? How dare I do that? How dare I do that? The fuck? Again, nothing wrong with, earning your money and being rich and, being, but why are you gonna fuck that up? Just to, think that you think you could just get away with it. Like, come on. Oh yeah, how dare I go after girl? Yeah, right. Yeah, how dare I, do some illegal action like going after these girls? How dare I do that? Like what?
How dare you do what I want to do, but I can't do because I'm not in your position? How dare you?
So in other words, we all want to do, we all want to do young girls, right? That's pretty much what you're saying. Oh, I'm not in your position. How dare I? Like, what? Like, what kind of logic is that? Like, whew, boy.
So, guys, I'm getting ready to do some more training. I'm getting ready to be more active on this channel. So be looking out for that.
Unbelievable.
Hopefully you enjoyed this expose. Shout out to Rom Wills. Shout out to Alan Roger Curry.
Look how happy he
Those
is.
dudes know me very well. So that's all I got for you guys. I will see you in the next one.
And it. Yeah, that's the end of that. What gets me is, so I guess like I didn't see the video, but he got a bunch of backlash, and his video got flagged down. And then he made this video about how like it got flagged down, and like, oh, I didn't remove it, somebody else. And then he got confronted on this one show, like what was it? The Lead Attorney. That's the name of the show, where basically these two guys were confronting him. They were confronting him on basically what he did, and he was basically justifying it, saying like, I could make up stories, like I could like basically making it out as if he did it basically to get attention. But this is the route that you're gonna go to get this type of attention, to make up some story like that, which I think some of the stuff I could see he actually did, and other stuff I got a question, like if I like, because there's no way in hell. But like, but when he got confronted, there was no apology. Now, had he said, yeah, I apologize, like I did it all just for clout. I just did it for the views. I mean, it's still be fucked up. But he, in a way, he was justifying, and he was basically defending himself, like his point of view of why the video was made, and he made some dumb arguments, and and I believe he was even asked, like, do you feel badly, like when you go to sleep at night, do you have a conscious mind that you're just okay with going on camera, like after you doing that video, you have a clear conscience? And this dude said, yeah. He said, yeah. That he has a clear head, and like that's pathetic, man. But gladly, this is over. Like, when it comes to this, very, very brutal stuff. I don't usually do this, but I found this from this channel called Playback, where like they would do like reactions to certain like controversial stuff. When it comes to like simps, or when it comes to like pretty much every day, like when it comes to like some celebrities or like some YouTubers that do certain things that are like questionable, and they basically call them out, and these were one of the people. And when I was listening to it, I'm like, wow, he's really justifying pedophilia and like sympathizing with R. Kelly. Like, that's just. And then looking more into this, like it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up. But yeah, sorry I didn't send the link out to you, Daniel, but I wanted to do this solo. Yeah, I mean, you could do what you want, man. You can go and do that. Do videos on it, or whatever the case may be. Like, hey, you do you, man. You do you. But yeah, people like this on social media, like, they're ridiculous. But I'm gonna head on out of here because I need I need a break. So, thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys next time. Peace.